how this would impact the Guthrie family.
I don't think Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped.
Month number 2, if you can believe that, since Nancy Guthrie's initial
Search for Nancy Guthrie. It's been over 2 months since she went missing, and despite all the national attention, we still have no idea what happened to her or where she might be.
Day 64, and right now, 3 things are happening at the same time that could change everything about this case. The man in charge of this entire investigation, the sheriff himself, is facing a recall effort with over 122,000 signatures needed to remove him from office. A former prosecutor is now publicly saying the suspect may already be a known criminal in the Pima County system. And tomorrow morning, birthday after 64 days away, Savannah Guthrie walks back into that studio. This is not a recap. Everything you're about to hear is brand new. Stay with me. If this is the first time you're hearing about this case, here is everything you need to know in under a minute. Nancy Guthrie is 84 years old. She is the mother of Savannah Guthrie, the co-anchor of NBC's Today Show, one of the most watched morning programs in America. On the night of January 31st, 2026, Nancy was dropped off at her home in Tucson, Arizona, by her son-in-law after a family dinner. She went inside. That was the last time anyone saw her. The next morning, she missed a church service she never missed. Her family went to check on her. She was gone. Her phone, her medication, her car, all left behind. Blood was found near her front door. A masked, armed man had been seen on her doorbell camera that same night, tampering with it. As of April 3rd, law enforcement confirmed her condition and whereabouts remain unknown. This is a suspected kidnapping, and 64 days later, no arrest, no suspect named, no answers. Now here's what is new today. This is the story that has exploded in the last 72 hours, and it goes much deeper than the investigation itself. The union representing 300 Pima County Sheriff's deputies passed a unanimous no-confidence vote and is calling for Sheriff Chris Nanos to resign immediately. According to the union, 241 members voted for the no-confidence and resign option. Not one member voted to keep him. Not one. But here's where it gets even more serious. The union's no-confidence vote is connected to new revelations about Nanos' disciplinary history at the El Paso Police Department, Muskeever. A history the union says he hid from the Pima County Sheriff's Office and the public for over 40 years. The union said he was suspended 8 times during his time in Texas. Pima County Supervisor Matt Hines said during a Board of Supervisors meeting that Nanos' 42 years with the Pima County Department seems to be based on fraud. That is a county supervisor, an elected official, using the word fraud publicly about the man leading the biggest missing persons case in the country. And it does not stop there. A former congressional candidate named Daniel Gutierrez is now leading a formal recall effort against Nanos. To put the issue before voters in 2027, supporters must collect more than 122,000 signatures by July 10th. The Board of Supervisors is also set to view draft language for a formal order at a meeting on April 7th. That is 2 days from now. Think about what this means. The man overseeing the search for Nancy Guthrie is now fighting for his own political survival. At the exact same moment, investigators need leadership the most. Now here's a name you need to write down. Matt Murphy. He is a former Orange County prosecutor, someone who has spent his career putting criminals in front of juries. And he sat down on the YouTube channel Prof. Joe Explains this week and said something that stopped a lot of people in their tracks. Murphy said he would bet that the suspect in this case turns out to be someone already known to Pima County law enforcement. Possibly someone who has been arrested before and released. On the question of motive, Murphy said it could be almost anything. Sexual assault, a kidnapping gone wrong, a burglary that escalated. He pointed out that because the public has never seen the inside of Nancy's home, there must be evidence investigators found that they have not shared with anyone. But his biggest warning was about time. Murphy said he believes investigators will eventually catch the person, but warned that without someone coming forward and talking, this process could take years. He said he worked cold cases that were 15 to 20 years old, and his conclusion was simple: somebody's gonna have to talk. Murphy also called the overall handling of the investigation a clown show and said the Guthrie family deserves far better. Here's a forensic development that has not gotten enough attention, and it could be the thing that quietly cracks this case. But the DNA from a pair of black gloves found about 2 miles from Nancy's home was already tested, and it came back with no match in the FBI's National Criminal Database, known as CODIS, so investigators moved to the next step. Law enforcement is now using forensic investigative genetic genealogy. Searching broader DNA databases like GED Match Pro and Family Tree DNA, databases where regular people voluntarily upload their DNA. The goal is to find family members who share DNA with the suspect and then build a family tree backwards to identify who that person might be. This exact method was used to identify Brian Kohberger, the man convicted of killing 4 University of Idaho students in 2022. It has worked before. It is working now in this case. Separately, the law enforcement has also deployed specialized equipment in an attempt to detect the signal from Nancy's pacemaker. She has a medical device inside her body that emits a signal. Investigators are literally scanning areas of Tucson and beyond trying to pick up that signal. That is how seriously they are treating the possibility that she may still be alive. There is one more expert voice you need to hear today, and this one is actually hopeful. Jason Pack is a retired FBI special agent. He spoke exclusively to Parade magazine this week and offered something rare in this case: a reason to believe. Pack said that what Savannah is doing by returning to the Today Show is something he has seen families do in cases like this more times than he can count. Getting up, putting one foot in front of the other, trusting authorities to do their job, and keeping living. Because, he said, the alternative is letting whoever did this win twice. He also pointed out that across America right now, there are brothers and sisters of missing persons doing the exact same thing Savannah is doing, going back to their jobs, their lives, waiting. And then he said something that has already been shared thousands of times online. You can kidnap somebody's mama, you cannot kidnap their backbone.
Savannah has come back.
Savannah Guthrie walks back into Studio 1A at Rockefeller Center. It will be her first live appearance as co-anchor since January 30th. Producers and staffers at the Today Show will breathe a sigh of relief, but getting back to normal will not be easy. Savannah is stepping into uncharted territory. Kaitos, remember, they report the news. They are not the news. Savannah has said she does not know if she can do it. She does not know if she will belong anymore, but she said she would like to try. I can't not come back, she said. This is my family. I think it's part of my purpose right now. She also said something powerful about the person who took her mother. I will not let them take my joy. They will not take my sister's joy. They will not take our love. They will not take our faith. Her return comes the day after Easter Sunday. Her mother, Nancy, was a woman of deep faith. The timing is not lost on anyone who has been following this story. Here's where things stand right now on day 64. The sheriff leading this investigation is facing a recall vote. A former prosecutor is warning that this case could go cold for years unless someone steps forward. Investigators are quietly using the same DNA genealogy technique that caught a serial killer. And tomorrow morning, a daughter walks back onto national television. Nancy Guthrie is still out there, and somebody watching this video right now may know something. If you have any information at all, please call 1-800-CALL-FBI. The Guthrie family is offering a $1 million reward for information leading to Nancy's safe recovery. If this video helped you understand this case, please like it, share it, and subscribe. Every view this gets is another set of eyes on Nancy's story. And right now, that matters. See you tomorrow with the next update.